Greetings, fellow conquerors. This is darkfireslide, and welcome back to the Pirates of Pomerania here in EU4. Now, it's been a while since I've recorded the last episode, about 2 weeks approximately, and, thankfully the course that we're currently on isn't too hard to remember, and we should just be able to hop right back into things here. Now, we've just destroyed Sweden. In one war, Sweden has been reduced to just, rubble, basically, and, what we're looking to do next is, because Poland has some pretty decent allies, we may be looking into attacking the Livonian Order. And the reason for this is because we really need to get Poland out of the way. If we can remove Poland, and more importantly take their, rich land, this could be a very, very useful way for us to expand. Now, that being said, Poland is actually also at a technological disadvantage compared to many of, its neighbors, ourselves included. Now, we are a little bit behind on military technology at the moment, but this is largely because we've been spending points on aristocratic ideas, and getting that 25% bonus manpower is pretty nice, honestly. Now, all this being said, I know in the last couple episodes I was thinking about just attacking the Livonian Order, doing kind of a proxy war. Mostly because it would help us avoid a war with Lüneburg, but honestly, looking at Poland's allies, we would be trading Lüneburg for Brandenburg as an enemy. And now Brandenburg is a one-province minor with 8,000 troops. So, I don't know, it's just not really a big deal. However, reloading the game seems to have reset Bohemia's ideas, because Bohemia finally paid off their debt. Well, most of their debt. And so, this is very nice for us, because it means that they would actually be willing to join a war against Poland. Now, we're not going to be fighting a war immediately, and the reason that we're not going to be fighting a war immediately is because we need for our allies to kind of recover a little bit. Especially Muscovy is not in a... I don't know, Muscovy seems to be fine. Like, let's check everyone's manpower real quick. So, Bohemia's got 36,000 manpower and a force limit of 48, so they would, doubtless be extremely helpful in that war. Muscovy also has about 38,000, and Hungary, how's Hungary looking? Hungary's only got about 10,000, so Hungary would kind of be the weak link as far as our alliances go. Now, all of our allies have pretty high force limits. Muscovy has 39,000, Bohemia has 48,000, plus our own. We actually can field a fairly sizable army at 22, which we are going to build up to for sure if we get into a war with Poland and Lithuania. Now, we are going to wait a little bit because we're going to have a bunch of Swedish separatists, I'm pretty sure. Sweden has 4 provinces with separatists. Finland has 1 province with separatism, I think. And we're busy coring these anyway, so obviously we need to at least wait for that before we start to expand again. But yeah. Now, let's look at Poland and Lithuania's force limit here. Poland can get up to 30,000 troops. They only have 6,000 manpower left. And Lithuania has 18,000 troops with a 35,000 force limit and 19,000 troops currently. So, as far as pure raw manpower goes, we actually have a massive advantage compared to Poland at the moment. Now, we only have 1 claim on Poland, so I think what we're going to do in the meantime, while we wait for these provinces to core, is we're going to fabricate some claims. And as we do that, we'll be looking at our allies, making sure they don't do anything silly, while we continue to kind of core our new land. Alright, we have some Mecklenburgian separatists threatening to rise up in Rostock, which we also have not cored yet. We kind of sniped them and then just forgot that we had that province. Now we're going to see what happens if the Livonian Order decides to... They might take back all of this land from the Swedes, which would be pretty hilarious. Now, we are going to be fighting the Riggins and the Livonians in this upcoming war, so we're going to see what happens. The Teutonic Order's monarch has changed, and they also don't like us very much anymore, apparently. Yeah, they're at 46 approval. Do they just, oh, we have a modifier. Okay, that makes sense. Rebels starting to rise up in Mecklenburg. Yeah. That's going to take them a while because the unrest is only 3 in that province, so whatever. Alright, we've got a bunch of trade ships building as well, by the way, because in the last episode we got like a bunch of money. Oh no, my envoy travel time is down. The horror. And so with our money, we decided to build a bunch of transports, and the reason that we decided to build a bunch of transports is because we need quick access to and from our new Swedish provinces. So we'll be doing that. Okay. Can we afford a heavy ship? We can. We can build like one. Because our naval force limit is almost full. We are quite behind on diplomatic technology, however, unfortunately. And obviously this is because we have a one leader. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the focus on admin. Give us a little bit more military power, a little bit more diplomatic power, because we're coming to a point where we need those a little bit more than admin power. Okay, we're going to have you start protecting trade in Lubeck again. Maybe. Maybe not in Lubeck. And Lubeck does look like the best bet. So we'll go protect here. Go make that fat trade income. You know, it may actually be quite difficult for us to become a merchant or noble republic. Oh. So this is unfortunate, but we have we have passed the 20 province limit for being able to form a republic. Okay, so this means a couple of things. Mainly, we need to finish aristocratic ideas and influence ideas. And what we're going to have to do is, if we still want to become a republic, what we're going to need to do is actually give away some provinces. Particularly, we might need to create some vassals. I believe this is under... which menu is this under? Here we go, create subjects. So we could create a couple of vassals. Finland might be one that we do, and I believe we can give our vassals provinces as well. Is that right? Let's see. That may be a newer feature, because I'm not really seeing it here. Let's see. We can sell our vassal provinces. They'll probably take them. That is obviously like a little risky. How many provinces do we have exactly? I just want to make sure. We have 24 provinces. So, as we continue to expand, we're going to have to take a couple of measures in order to make sure that we're actually not, you know, overextending too much. So one thing we're going to be doing is, in fighting Poland, we may just fight a war to get them to release Lithuania as a vassal, although, in my experience, that isn't as useful as you might think, because Lithuania then becomes a problem by themselves, and so it may be better to just leave them in the Union and take their land, take their money, make them release other nations, and then like guarantee them, that sort of thing. So we'll see about that. We'll see what's going on. The Holy Roman Empire is actually doing pretty well as far as the whole imperial authority thing goes. So, you know, good for them. But we spent enough time talking. Let's let some time pass while we think about what we're going to do next. So we need about 1,600 more military points, and we need a lot more diplomatic points if we're going to make this happen. There's a plague! We'll pay 21 ducats to not be plagued. I think I'll build a temple there, get a little bit more money. And the Separatists are just sort of slowly rising up, and I think our claim has been fabricated, though. So that's good. We should probably fabricate another one. Yeah, that'll be a good one. I can't fabricate on Lithuania's provinces. Or can I? No, I can. Okay. I was like, why can't I fabricate on this province? Oh. Lithuania is friendly towards us? Why? Hey, you know how you've been, like, beating up our overlord? Keep doing that. Thanks. Okay, so we might just be in a waiting game here because, to be honest, our dynasty has been pretty crap overall. Now, our next ruler, Barnum Griff, is actually going to add a lot to the country, I believe. Well, that being said, we are in an awkward position when it comes to forming the Republic, and that is actually going to put a bit of a damper on our plans here. Now, another unfortunate thing is that we're actually at the relationship cap already, so getting another vassal is actually going to impact us pretty significantly. And obviously, we would really like to get Poland out of the way before we do that. So, we'll see what happens. We are in interesting times, to say the least. Even with our... So it's going to take us about 4 years per idea at our current rate. Now, what we may do is lower our unit maintenance. Hey, we get a claim on Sweden, yeah, Sweden. What we may do is drop our military spending and decide to get rid of our admin advisor in order to get more diplomatic points, get more military points, and just start really just pumping out these ideas as quickly as possible. Alright, we've almost got some of our cores done, which is good. It's going to significantly improve our economy. I think it's going to improve our force limit by quite a bit as well. We've maxed relations with Muscovy. Let's start maxing relations with the Teutonic Order, because I have a feeling that if we release a vassal, that we're going to be in not a great position. Okay. Alright. We're in a good development, though. We're at 200. That's about what you would expect out of like a regional power at the start of the game. So we've caught up, basically, in less than 100 years, which is pretty nice. Alright, now our claims on the Livonian Order have gone away. I'm going to refabricate just so we're doing something in the meantime. Now we've got a couple of pretty good claims. I actually miss this system of fabricating claims because, I don't know, I understand the spy network in the newer games, in the newer version of the game, I should say. But I just like this system. It's hard to exactly say why. But we're going to pick up Admin Tech 9. And with that, I am actually going to get rid of our Admin Advisor, because I think we're in a situation where we actually do need more points of other types. So we can hire this level 2 trade efficiency guy, and I think we can actually afford him, although it's going to be a little dicey. Yeah, we're at 0.53 monthly income now. And the Swedish separatists, of course, rising up pretty soon here. Hey, look, we're still making 2 ducats a month because of that, I think, that fat trade efficiency bonus that we're getting. Now, it is really unfortunate that we've missed out on that choice, but we are still going to make it happen. It's just going to take more time to actually pass this, and that's the whole point of the campaign is, you know, we want to become a republic, and if we don't do that, then why even, like, bother playing, basically? So we're going to do that even if it hampers our short-term expansion here. It is going to take a while to finish up this idea group. And we've paid a lot of diplomatic points and just haven't really generated a lot of diplomatic points. So having this +2 advisor is really going to help. You know, it's another 24 per year that we're going to get to really help us catch up. Our military advisor has died. We're obviously going to hire another one, and I think we're going to hire the land maintenance advisor this time, because as much as I love having land morale, having lower maintenance for now is going to be huge beneficial to us. Let's see, how long is our million-year... Oh, we got a 7-year truce with Sweden. That's quite a while. Alright, we now have conquest against the Livonian Order. And all of our allies would be happy to start a war against Poland, Lithuania. Now Muscovy is now fighting against all the hordes, including Kazan, Crimea, Astrakhan, and Crimea. Astrakhan actually got free. You see this happen from time to time. Even in current games, you just occasionally see them break free. Because, you know, hordes are not very stable places. Speaking of which, you know what? I should make a Timurid guide. I've had a lot of people message me like, hey, how do you survive the Timurids? He answers very carefully. Okay, we've almost got military Tech 9. Now we need to get Tech 9 so that we're just, you know, we get those better troops, we get those better pips. And just to show like what a difference it can make. So we go from units having 3 pips at this tier to units having 5 pips. Now, how it works basically is that pips act as a modifier for your technology. So, as we can see here, infantry have a 0.6, fire modifier have a 0.95, shock modifier, and now none of the Tech 9 infantry have any fire pips yet. So basically, until you get to Tech 12, units have absolutely no way of utilizing fire, and it's not until Tech 15 that you actually have a type of infantry that utilizes fire in a meaningful way, and that's with the Mauritian infantry. And at Tech 19, as we can see, is the first time we actually get any infantry that have more than 2, or have more than fire pips. But as you can see later on, some types of troops actually have more fire than shock, and this represents a change in the tech, because as we can see later on, fire pips actually, I think, later on, fire pips actually become more effective for infantry than shock, kind of representing the historical trend in changing, you know, between firearms and melee combat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick up Tech 9, and let's see, I believe that the one that I'm going to be taking is Kandata Infantry, and the reason that I like Kandata Infantry is because they have a very nice balance of abilities. Now, if you're a nation with very high morale, the Reformed Galaglag Infantry are very nice because you get offensive morale of 2, and basically, so it works the same way for all these different things. So offensive is the amount of damage that you do, and defensive is the amount of damage reduced. So Galaglag infantry are really, really good at damaging enemy morale. So if you have really, really high base morale, this is a really good option to pick. Now, if you are defending against a high morale opponent, or you just don't want your infantry to break, the Landsknechten infantry, I butchered that. It's a hard word for me to pronounce, honestly. I know how it's pronounced. It's just hard for me to get right. But then you're gonna go with the Landsknecht, and the Kandata infantry are going to be what I pick, because shock is nice, but you also get this nice defensive shock, which is really going to help reduce casualties compared to the Galaglag infantry. And our morale is not amazing, and I'll show you what I mean here. So let's see, morale is right here. So we've only got like a 10% bonus to morale overall from all our different modifiers. So that's like okay. It's going to help us, but the Kandata infantry are going to be more reliable for us because we don't have a massive morale advantage yet. Now, if you've taken defensive ideas as your first military idea group, which is always a solid pick for your first idea group, then I think defensive is going to be a better pick for you. Or Galaglag, the reformed Galaglag infantry are going to be a better pick for you. And you know, that gives me another idea for another video. I should make a unit pip guide to help people kind of understand those concepts. Okay, so we apparently have the Rise of a Pretender. Let's see. Now, our current leader is a 233, and 6 regiments rise up in Berlin. Okay. We have a 245 air, though. There's a plane flying overhead. I don't know if you if you guys can hear it. Great timing, just flights, way to go. Okay, so let's look at, yeah, here we go. Wait. Oh, I haven't fired the rebels yet. Okay, cool. There we go. Hungary, yeah, we'll marry all the people. All the beautiful people. And now let's look at the rebels. Oh no! He's a 012! We have to stop him. Okay, let's grab the ships. We've got to stop these rebels. Really, really... What, I mean, for real though, what a great leader. A 0-1-2. It's like a guy with a dunce cap just running through like, no, I'm the king. I'm the real king. You're phony. You're a phony. We will meet you on the field of battle, sir. Wow, we have a morale disadvantage, and we're at a -1, and I don't even... Okay, it looks like we are slowly winning. So I just want to kind of highlight that battle as well. If you watch that, and I would recommend like rewatching it, is you notice that the pretenders typically have very high morale. But if you have a better shock modifier, if you have more efficient troops, or so in our case you have, you know, a better shock value, basically. Eventually what will happen is you will do so much damage to the enemy line that if their initial morale advantage isn't enough to cause you to rout, you will inflict way more casualties than you take, basically. Okay, cool, our vassal is actually going to do work for us. Man, the Teutonic Order is such a good, like, vassal. They've been so good to us as far as vassals go. Okay, so... How many cavalry regiments do I have on this transport fleet? I'm not sure. Let's wait. And okay, so we've got 6 cavalry regiments. That's plenty of cavalry. I don't really think we need a mortar. Mortars. This unit is not a very effective combat unit, and cannons aren't really worth using for combat purposes until at least Tech 10, if not Tech 13. So I don't recommend using those until you get to those points. But let's go and make some more infantry. It's going to take a while to build those, but why not? Let's get some. Let's draft from some of our new provinces here. Let's get some Finnish troops, and you know my Finnish audience, like you know, represent and. Oh hey, we don't want to take a loan though. Let's not do that. If we can possibly avoid it. I mean, like at the end of the day, a loan is just like a 0.1 increase to inflation or something like that. So it's not like. It's not that bad. It is nice being in this trade, in these 2 very, very wealthy trade nodes, by the way. Well, especially Lübeck. Less so... Ooh, what's this? What's this? Lüneburg is being occupied by Saxony, Oldenburg, Trier, Nuremberg, and Frankfurt. Because they're allied to Magdeburg, right? Right? Maybe? Where's Magdeburg? Where are you, Magdeburg? Oh no, he's directly attacking. Saxony, the madman, is actually at war with Poland and Lithuania. And Poland can't actually get it. You know what? I have an idea. You don't want military access? Oh, come on, Poland. Come on, I thought you wanted to help your ally. I guess Lüneburg is just gonna die here. Frankfurt is taking... Oh, he occupied a province. He's not actually going to take it because he's all the way down there. But, man, would that be funny. Alright, we're expecting the Swedish separatists to rise up at any moment now. But we've got 18,000 troops ready to deal with them. Access from Brandenburg. Yeah, sure. Go for it. Okay, here we go. Swedish separatists. Okay, let's see. We can gain 20 legitimacy, which would lower our unrest by 0.6. It's like okay. Or we could lose 10 legitimacy, Muscovy likes us, and we get tax income 10% for 5 years. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's worth losing 10 legitimacy. Okay, now these rebels have spawned on top of us. We have a slight morale advantage compared to them. And let's see. Our shock is equal as well, so yeah, we're just kind of crushing them here. Wow, we're crushing them. We were anyway. Now I'm going to chalk that up to our cavalry advantage. Because we do have a sizable contingent of cavalry. Then we already had 10 years of separatism in that province, but, you know, these things happen. All things must come to pass, I think it's a biblical verse? I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was never a good study in church. Now we have a choice here. We could choose between the next influence idea and just trying to rush this idea group, or we could go with the next Diplo technology. And honestly, we don't get another trade efficiency modifier until Tech 10, and we don't really care about boats. We don't have enough ships yet to really like dominate the seas yet. So it's not really a primary concern of mine yet. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to focus on getting this idea group unlocked as quickly as possible. Then we're basically going to try to cheese the Republic back into existence, because I believe vassal lands don't count towards the 20 province limit. And oh man, look at Lunenburg. Now it looks like Poland is sending in some troops. Are they just losing like all of their troops? Poland's down to like 0 manpower. Oh man. Now the funny thing is, Muscovy would actually join us in this war against Poland-Lithuania. How is Lithuania's army looking? Well, Lithuania's got 30,000 manpower. They're still doing just fine. Oh, Lithuania has stopped being friendly, by the way. They've decided, you know what? We're the opposite of friendly. We're not friendly. We're hostile. Sorry if we like got those mixed up. We're not so good at the English here in Lithuania. Okay, so we've got the rebels to attack us in a -2 situation because they've got a river crossing and a forest. And our troops are just going to kind of decimate them, with us losing like very, very few troops. Only 2,000 to kill an 8 stack is pretty good, I would say. And that's going to be the end of those Swedish rebels, at least for now. And that's going to allow us to kind of sit back and just generate points, basically. I just thought of this. One thing we could actually be looking for in this upcoming war is just to humiliate CB, or not CB, but just to humiliate action against Poland. Get that humiliates, you know, point, and that would give us enough power projection to get some extra points. Because that's what we're after right now is those military points and those diplomatic points. Because you know, we just really. Let's see. Oh, our king is now a general. Okay, well. How old is Barnum Griff? He's 39 already. See, our heir is a 2 siege general. That's pretty good. I'm okay with that. And we've taken the province back. Good. Now we got some Finnish separatists that are eventually going to rise up, I think. Maybe. What province? What province is, like, has unrest? Oh, there's 3 of them. Tavastland, Vyborg, and Savalax. Probably butchering that, of course. So many native words. We will marry Muscovy. And yeah, this war will just continue to be tempting. But I think that that's going to happen in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's good to be back into the series again. And hopefully, we're going to actually finish this one since we're on an older patch. So thank you for joining me, my fellow conquerors. And I'll see you on the next one. Well, fellow pirates, I should say. Fellow pirates! Alright, see you in the next one.